Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, this episode is going to be in response to a few requests made over the Acupuncture is My Life app. A few individuals messaged me stating that to be well versed in acupuncture, I should have a solid understanding of Chinese medicine. Yes, I do. And they'd wanted to know, as to when it comes to sleep, can I discuss a few herbs that can assist an individual in getting a better night's sleep? Now, over the Acupuncture is My Life podcast, I usually don't care to discuss herbs and herbal formulas because, as I say over and over, everyone's constitution is different and herbs affect each one of us differently. But this one time, I'll make an exception. And I'll mention a few single herbs. And some of them do come in the form of teas, in which many of you may be aware of. But again, as an acupuncturist, I, as well as many of my colleagues, and in general, acupuncturists do not, let's say, speak of formulas as if it's some type of prescribed drug that everyone is to use. Because even in general formulas, modifications need to be made relative to an individual's condition as well as their constitution. So that's super important. But I guess while I'm on the subject of getting a good night's sleep, I'll bring up a few general herbs because herbs have been known to help individuals sleep, or those with sleep disorders, for centuries. And many herbs you can grow yourself. They're not hard to attain and are much safer to use than over-the-counter medications or even prescribed medications for the most part. But most, not all, but most sleep disorders are heavily tied to an individual's stress levels or even anxiety levels. Okay? Now, if you have any questions with regard to any of these herbs, just message Acupuncture is My Life over the app. And it's free. You can go to the Apple Store and download it if you're an iPhone user, or the Google Play Store and download it if you're an Android user. And ask any question you want. You can access our YouTube channel, social media platforms, blogs, websites, podcasts, so much you can do on the app. It's the equivalent of, I guess they would say, one-stop shopping. But I'll name just a few herbs, just a few, that can help you get a better night's sleep. But if your sleep disorder is chronic, my best recommendation is that you see an acupuncturist. Because acupuncture is great for treating sleep disorders. But one herb that's good, and I have colleagues that practice Ayurvedic medicine, and they use this a lot, is ashwagandha. Now, this plant, its leaves contain a compound that's called triethylene glycol. And this compound is known for promoting sleep induction. I mean, I've in general recommended it to a few, not patients, but friends of mine I've grown up with. And based on them, it's very effective. Now, another is lavender. Many practitioners of all sorts have used lavender to treat anxiety and stress for thousands of years. You know what's awesome about this fragrance is you can just smell it right before going to bed. And in some cases, it's actually improved a person's quality of sleep. Remember I said in the previous episode, it's not just about quantity when it comes to sleep, but it's also about quality. And just spending a short time smelling lavender oil before bedtime. Many individuals have spoken of how their sleep quality had improved. See, because lavender, and I deal with essential oils in some cases when I'm treating my patients. Lavender has been proven to decrease blood pressure, decrease the temperature of a person's skin, as well as decrease heart rate. So lavender is another great herb for treating sleep disorders. Not chronic, but more so acute. Because sleep is important. And as an acupuncturist, I'm well aware of that. That's why I'm always saying health is wealth. The wealth isn't in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under your mattress. It's not in your purse. And it's not in your pocket. The wealth is in you. Now, another great herb for treating acute sleep disorders. Another great herb to help you get a good night's sleep is chamomile, because of its calming effect. And this calming effect comes from a particular antioxidant that it possesses called apigenin, as well as other compounds that bind together, and it binds to the brain's GABA receptors. To ease a person into a state of relaxation. So drinking chamomile tea, and I've had my moments. I mean, albeit I'm a licensed board certified doctor of acupuncture. I mean, you have to think I'm seeing patients all day. I'm human as well. So I have my moments where, I'm taking in everyone's dark energy so that they can feel better. Yes, I have my mechanisms to release that energy. But then there are days where it's just overwhelming and I'm so worked up when it's bedtime. I've even turned to chamomile tea, which is very relaxing, right before bedtime. Very effective. Maybe not in everyone, and none of these herbs may not work on everyone, but I'll say chamomile was very effective and for the many times in which I'd used it. Another herb is magnolia bark. Now I know many of you are wondering, like, what did he say? Yes, magnolia bark. This isn't a popular herb for sleep, but magnolia bark has the ability to promote muscle relaxation and sort of releasing and bringing down the high anxiety levels. Because it's another one that acts on the GABA receptors in the brain. Another many of you have not heard of, it's called skullcap. And as an acupuncturist, I deal with this in some of my herbal formulas. Because skullcap is a natural sedative and it's used a lot in formulas that are geared toward treating anxiety disorders. Because skullcap it positively affects a person's mood. It reduces their anxiety by stimulating the GABA receptors in the brain, which calms a person's nerves. Another good herb is called passion flower. Because of how it affects multiple neurotransmitters in the brain to help relieve anxiety and stress and take you into a state of sleepiness. You know what? If you're operating a vehicle right now, do me a favor. Pull it over to the side of the road. And if you're crossing the street, hurry up and safely get across the street. And if you're carrying or lifting something heavy, take a moment, rest it down, because I need everyone in a relaxed state right now. Because I need you to close your eyes and I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. Boom. You are now brand new. And brand new you are. Another awesome herb is valerian root. And this valerian root happens to be a popular herb among practitioners of many sorts that deal with sleep disorders. Why? Because valerian root is known to improve a person's sleep quality. Remember when I said it's not just about quantity, and a lot of individuals that get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but they'll wake up and during the day they're still tired. You didn't get a quality night's sleep. And valerian root is good for that. It's very good for that. Another is ginkgo biloba, because it has relaxation enhancing abilities, and it's a powerful sleep aid. And if you drink it as a tea each night before bedtime, you'll notice a huge difference. And I would say I would give it between 40 minutes to an hour before bedtime. It's been proven to positively affect, improve sleep quality in healthy adults. It's important. I'm not going to go much further into detail on other herbs, because it's important that you sit with an acupuncturist so that they can study your constitution and know what's best for you. Because everyone's constitution is different. So along with seeing your physician on an annual basis, establish regular wellness visits with your acupuncturist. Make acupuncture part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?